A Love to Remember is a Real One film from 2021. This is directed by Aubrey Arnason, written by Courtney Cilman, and we have a cast including Rhiannon and Edward Ruttle. And at the start of the film, Tenley is going to meet somebody she's had an online friendship with, but they've never met in person. And unfortunately, she thinks that Jared has stood her up. But actually, she finds out that he's been in an accident, so she goes to the hospital to see him, and there's a case of mistaken identity. The doctor thinks that she is his wife, and she signs some paperwork, and there's a joke that if she'd falsely signed them, it would be insurance fraud, so she can't just come out with it and say, no, you're mistaken, even though I signed these papers. And his family is there, and clearly he mustn't be very close to his family if they didn't know he was married. But she then has to keep up this pretense of being his wife and spends time with his family, and it's a very chaotic time for her. And I won't say any more than that. I won't give away exactly what happens, but I was definitely very keen to find out what would happen next. I like this kind of film where somebody is either pretending to be somebody they're not, or they're pretending to be in a relationship with somebody, because even though a lot of the films are quite similar in their execution of the main narrative, the point at which the truth comes out is often very different. So I didn't know exactly what to expect from this, and I'm pleased to say that I actually really enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed the experience. I was really happy with everything that happened. That's not to say it's the most engaging narrative from start to finish. There are certainly times when it maybe dipped a little bit, but for the most part, I'd say A Love to Remember is a decent story, a good concept, well executed with likeable characters. I wasn't sure if I'd like Tenley very much. She was taking a lot of selfies with a plant pot at the beginning of the film, which sounds ridiculous, but she just seemed to have that attention-seeking kind of personality to begin with. But actually, as the film progressed, well, it's very clear she didn't want the kind of attention she was getting because she was in a very difficult situation. So actually, it didn't take me too long to establish that actually I quite liked her as a character, and I was quite happy with the way everything played out. So in general, I'd say A Love to Remember is a decent story, good characters, good performances, visually really appealing. Real One films are usually very bright and colourful, and that's definitely the case here. It's a good film if you're looking for something that's an easy watch, but quite fascinating at times as well. Then A Love to Remember is one that I'd say is worth checking out.